Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to explain about conditional breakpoints in debugging. So I will be using Intellij. So let's get started. So I have this main program which contains a for loop. So I have kept the breakpoint at line number 5 and I'll start the program in the debug mode. So now you see, so now I will be hitting F8. So every time I do F8 at line number 5, the program is stopped in the debug mode since we have the breakpoint. So this happens for each item in the array. So this is a for loop which has 10 items. The length is 10. So for 10 times, the debugger will stop here. So, so now instead of stopping at each iteration, so we can use the conditional breakpoints and we can specify exactly at what index you want the debugger to be stopped. So I'll just close the debugging, and so now go to line number 5 and you have the breakpoint. Right click on the breakpoint. Now you see there is a box highlighted for condition. So that is the reason it is considered as conditional breakpoint. So you can mention the condition here, and when the condition is met, the debugger will stop here. So for example, now I want at when I equal to 9, then only I want the debugger to be stopped. So now I have entered the expression here which must evaluate to true, then only the debugger will stop. So I double equal to 9 I kept, since I know the length of array is 10 and I want the debugger to be stopped at 9th iteration, and I'll click done. So now you run the program in debug mode. So now you see it is stopped at iteration I equal to 9. Here also you can see when I equal to 9, then only it stopped. Earlier when you just kept a normal breakpoint, so it was stopping for each iteration. But now you have specified in the breakpoint when I equal to 9, that time only the debugger should be stopped. So now I'll just hit F9, so it resumes. So this is how you can use the debugger with the conditional breakpoint. And also, for example, you can also have any kind of expression, but that must evaluates to true. Then only the debugger will stop. Otherwise, it will never stop. See, I have one more example to explain the conditional breakpoints with respect to strings. So now I have kept a breakpoint at line number 16, and now you can just add the condition here saying when s dot equals CAB. So I'm making sure when s is equal to cab, then only the debugger should stop. And now you see in the list we have 5 items, and then cab is at the position 4. So now I'll start the program in debug mode. Now you see when S is char, then the debugger has stopped here. See what happens when the expression is evaluates to false. For example, I will give some random value and save the conditional breakpoint. Now run the program in debug mode. Now you see there will be no error, but the debugger won't stop since the condition is not meeting with any of the list values. So this is how you can use the conditional breakpoint when debugging. So this is a very useful feature in debugging and helps you to save a lot of time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.